What's up? Got a Twosun here. Twosun spinning. There we go. Alright. Okay. This one almost got past me. And I just happened to, sometimes you got to pick your head up, right? And I just happened to stick my head up and go, wait a minute, because I thought I had this knife. And as I'm scanning Twosun knives in the places that I scan them, I noticed the model number of this one, and it's pretty high. I don't remember what it is, but it's pretty high. And it made me go, well, the one I'm thinking of is a pretty old model. And, ooh. Yeah, and this is a ts391. And so that model number made me go, wait a minute, maybe I don't have that one. Because the one that I'm thinking of is a fairly old model. And you know what? I do not have a 391. So I got after it. Definitely a budget knife. Pretty sure it's D2. Let me look here. Let's get rid of all this stuff. I mean, the other one is definitely a budget knife that I'm thinking of. Yeah, this one's D2, ts391, green micarta. Pretty slick stuff. Liner lock, steel liners. It's only one way in. It's a back flipper. It's got some jimping there. Feels kind of gritty. It's not great. The detent's stiff for sure. Blade centered. It's got about a 30% backspacer. That looks like G10 right there. Well, man, let's get in it. See if we can't improve that action. Deal with that detent. Where are we locked up at? Okay. Kind of lined up inside to outside right there. Definitely got some Loctite going here, but it came pretty free. Pretty free. It's silliness. It's opposite of what I'd like, so we'll be looking to flip-flop that if we can. Let's see where these are coming out at. Yeah. These are anatomically correct. The pivot was backwards in my opinion. Let me see where we're locked up at. Yeah, I can flip it. Yep, come up from the bottom on it. No worries. I am going to wipe these liners down real good. I probably need to peek and see if there's oil in it underneath there. I'll look at this side. If this side's good, then I won't bother the other side. Should be able to spin it now just to see what I want to see. I mean, it's not bad, that's for sure. I think I'll leave it be. But since I got this one spun, I will wipe it down. Let's wipe it down and we'll get it back together. It's not a complicated knife. It's definitely a budget piece. Get her liners all nice and shiny. Let's put the spacer back in. Kind of hold everything down for us. I'm just going to snug it at this point. Okay. Keep going with the wipey stuff. Ooh, that blade felt sharp. Got up on the edge of that. There was some dirt in here in the blade. So maybe that's what I was feeling, kind of gritty. I guess as far as factories go, it would be fairly simple for a budget piece to maybe get through the quality control portion quicker, easier. I mean, you'd like to think not, but yeah, there's some room there for me to mess with that. So I'm gonna see if I can't fine tune this action a little bit. Is that a T6? Yeah. Psych. Fake me out, man. And while I got it, I mean, it's pretty good, fair amount of tension on that. But it's pretty slick. It's that polished steel. I think I'll put a little tension on it while I got it out. And let's adjust this real quick. Yeah, because when it's locked up, it's way over there. So I got some room. Try to get about half of that. Yeah, let's try that right there. Maybe put a little bit back. Let's go there. So scientific, right? I hit more than half, so I feel like, you know, I think I know what I'm doing there. I have a feel for it. We'll see. Of course, now that I kind of bragged it up, it's not going to work at all, right? Test that liner lock. It's going to fail. I'm not really pessimistic, man. It's going to work. I don't know why I was pretending there. Silliness. All right. We're going to put a little bit of tension on this, and then we'll put the knife back together. And of course, I don't show it all the time, but I'll show it now. This video is going to go quick. So I just cover up with the cloth so I don't mar it. Then I grab it with the pliers, and I'm looking to squeeze this distance like so. And that's going to put a ton of tension on that pocket clip now, which I think is going to be good. Going to be a good thing. All right, we're on reassembly now. We'll put that in. Aim the flat spot to the back because that's where it is in this liner right here. Get a bearing. Nice big bearings. Yeah, feels pretty slick right there. Be spinning around, man. See what this side's about. Put a little bit where that detent ball is cutting a path on this blade right here. Let's get our backspacer on. It's got a lanyard hole. Somebody watching the channel talked about lanyards, and it's got me kind of interested, thinking of making some. I picked up some fixed blade knives from a fellow online, and I'm going to pimp them out. I did one for myself, but I don't know, I was kind of helping the guy out, and I bought a couple. And so I'm going to pimp them out, and we'll purge them on the channel. Because I just need one, but I bought a few extra, and if I could sell them for what I got in them, you know, that'd be great. Pass them on. I think they're going to be pretty cool. I got them in a box over here. I haven't got to them yet. Kind of excited to do one up, but I'm going to put a lanyard on each one with a bead, and then we did a custom sheath. So I got that. And yeah, we'll see. I'll get them on the channel soon. Projects be stacking up, man. You know, of course, then I just have basic content like this knife. You know, that it's like, man, I got to keep it moving. And then I'm committed to doing, trying to do a purge every week. and then also keep up with the content of Two Rows and Pimp My Knife. I'm doing some Pimp My Knife series now where the focus isn't really on checking the knife in, but it's on modifying the knife, pimping it out a little bit. Like this one would, possibly dye the scales and, who knows. All right. Looks like the blade's off center a little bit. Let me see if I can tighten this up some. Well, I tightened it up a bunch, but that didn't center that blade. Let's well, let me get a piece of paper. Okay, so I grabbed a piece of cardboard and wedged that blade to the other side. And then I'm going to tighten back here to snug. And then I'm going to crank this down pretty tight. And then I might tick that just a little bit right there. Now I'm going to pull that out. And I mean, it moved me over a little bit, but not much. And then I'm going to loosen this a little bit here. Just get that snug. I mean, I don't like it, so I think I'm going to disassemble it. And I'm going to swap the bearings from one side to the other. And sometimes that works, man. Sometimes they just fit different. Like there's a difference in here. I don't see a difference in spacing here, but you never know. Okay, well, it's better, but it's not perfect. But the action is really, really nice. So, I mean, I'm going to settle. It's not perfectly centered, but it's pretty nice. And drop shut action, just whoop. Yeah, wonderful action going on here. I'm going to call that A-level action. I'm gonna drop it to an A- though because the blade's off center. Know what I mean? Blade access. This is recessed down. Got great access to the lock. Simple press over. Real intuitive. The jimping here is sufficient for the flipping action. So I mean the thing runs really well. Ergonomics, yeah, just super comfortable in hand. It's knocked down on the edges, rounded off really well, very comfortable. It's got a reasonable finger guard here and with the grip, so not so confident, very confident. I mean, I'm definitely going to take it up to a confident grip. Feels good in hand. It's got a great little reverse grip capped with the thumb on top of that platform there. And I can get it pretty good here if I want a hammer fist, if I want to get down like that. Yeah, pretty good. And that action is, yeah, it's right on, man. Money, dude. Let's check the pocket clip. Pocket clip check. I need to do that. No, I'm not gonna. I keep bringing it up, but I ain't gonna do it because then I got to do the production work to get it in the video. Yeah, so not quite deep carry. It's exposing a little over 1/4 of an inch of knife up there. But the tension on it that I added, oh, so good on the thick stuff. And it's sufficient here. It's going to be, if it's not a dryer clip, it's really close because it's got great tension in the pocket. I couldn't shake that down out of there. And then my spot back here, it's going to fit perfectly. Reach back, this hole facilitates a grip. Wonderful. Yeah, the pocket clip solid. Very solid. Let's check for safety, see if we can make blade contact. Nope, not there. And then what about the tip? Nope, no tip contact. So clip's good, tip's good, and I'm confident that I can handle this knife anyway, as long as the blade is closed. Good detent, pull the blade in there. As long as that blade's closed, I can handle this knife any way I want. Yep, great action on this. Let's check that sharpness. Oh, how did we get it? Yeah, it's wonderful. Look at it. Yeah, very sharp. Good job, Twosun. Yep, all right, so price and availability. Are these still out there? So White Mountain Knives have it. That's the kind of thing I'm looking for. It's a ts391. Okay, so at the time of this video, White Mountain Knives does have this ts391 exactly in this configuration. Same micarta scales, same steel, for about $43. If you use the code DM10 down below, that'll knock it down to, what does that take it to, $39? Now that's shipped to your door, no tax, okay? Currently, there are auctions live from DWin99 on eBay, and history shows that they are selling for $25 to $30. So even if you had to pay tax on eBay, which you typically do, let's say you're at 10% tax bracket and you paid let's say you paid $30 for it. Well, that's $3. So that puts you at $33. So, I mean, eBay's kind of the route. And if I was interested in this knife, that would probably be the first stop. So it begs the question, if I had to go to White Mountain Knives to pick this up for 39 bucks, shipped, no tax, is it worth 39 bucks? I mean, it's pretty solid. I like it. As far as like a work knife, possibly backup self-defense piece, an EDC, pretty nice, pretty slick. I mean, it's way below that $50 price point, and I'm not afraid of D2 steel. Like all the conversation, like corrosion or whatever. I don't have one corroded D2 knife, so I don't know what all that's about, man. Yeah, I mean, I would say it is worth $39, but man, if you chase that live auction on eBay, my guess is you can pick one up $25 to $30. So, hey, I appreciate y'all watching.